Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to talk about the question, what is the best training routine to do in order to lose weight and strip fat? So there is no one training routine you can do because there's bloody loads of them you can do. And it really comes down to one thing to look at first is, are you consuming less calories than your body's burning per day? So let's just say, for example, you eat all your food for the day and it equates to say 2,000 calories. And let's just say that 2,000 calories is you maintaining, which means if you eat 2,000 calories a day, you're not going to put on weight, you're not going to lose weight. So you're kind of bang on the middle there. Now, in order for you to actually start losing weight and dropping body fat, you're going to need to get that energy to be lower than the 2,000 calories per day. But also as well, there's two ways to look at this. We can do this through your food and we can do this through your training. So if you've eaten your 2,000 calories per day, and we know that in order for you to lose weight, drop body fat, you need to be under the 2,000 calories. You can either eat, say, 200 or 300 calories less, which will put you in a deficit, or what you can also do is do some training. And obviously by doing your training, you're going to start burning off calories. So even though you've eaten your 2,000 anyway, you've burnt off 200 or 300 calories, that's going to start to put you in a deficit as well. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So that's kind of the first thing to really understand when we want to drop body fat and we want to lose some weight. So the next thing to look at is also, are you going into starvation mode? So are you actually eating way too less and you're training on top of it and you're stressing your body out and your cortisol levels are coming right up, which is holding onto your body fat and stopping you from actually losing weight. So that's another part really to start looking at. So ideally, first of all, we need to kind of work out what your calorie intake should be for the day. So then we know where we can start playing around with, because if we're too low, obviously we're going to be in starvation mode, we're going to stress the body too much. And if it's too high, we're not going to be able to burn off enough calories to keep up with the amount of food you're after eating, which in turn, you're going to put on more body fat as well, or put on weight, whichever way you want to look at it. So in looking at the training routine, the best thing to start doing is adding in some weights training, some lifting heavy weights training. I absolutely love that part. So lifting heavy weights, what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to actually build a little bit of muscle. Now, you're not going to become big and bulky and massive by just lifting some heavy weights. That takes a lot of time, a lot of training, eating a lot of proper foods. So by building a bit of muscle, your body actually works harder to maintain that muscle than it does to maintain fat. So if you're after building a little bit of muscle, your body's going to be working over time to maintain this muscle. Your body's going to need a bit more calories to maintain the muscle. So in other words, you're going to end up burning off more body fat, and it's going to help you in the long term. Also, by doing the strength training, especially big strenuous strength training, what you're doing then is you're putting a lot of strain on the body, and your body can take 3, 4, 5 days to actually fully recover from a big weight session. So during that time when your body's recovering and your body's repairing itself, you're still burning calories. So even like I did a big squat session there today. So even tonight when I'm sleeping, my body's still burning calories to repair itself from today's session. And that can be going on for a couple of days depending how strenuous the session was. So again, that's another way to actually start putting yourself in a deficit by doing those big strenuous sessions. Also doing some HIIT training is incredible. So the high intense stuff, doing some like CrossFit stuff, because what you're doing is you're stressing your body in lots of different ways. You're moving in lots of different ways. You're still getting some weights exercises in there. And again, your body's going to take a lot longer to recover from stuff like that. Now, for people that kind of jump on the treadmill or you go for runs and stuff like that, it really isn't the most effective way for burning fat and losing weight. Although you will burn off calories and you will lose weight while you're actually running. But the thing is, when you stop running, your body's going to actually start to slow back down again. It's not going to be burning off as many calories as you would do if you're doing some high intense stuff. So really, my suggestion for someone that wants to drop weight and lose body fat is, one, figuring out where your calories are at, how many calories you should be having per day, and then having a look at your food intake. Then we're going to start looking at the exercise part, making sure you're getting a few weight sessions in a week, making sure you're getting a few high intense sessions a week to really kind of stress the body and burn off all those extra calories. Because once we know we're in a deficit, we're getting the exercise in, we're getting you moving a lot more, We're starting to change your eating habits, that you're eating a lot more calorie-rich foods rather than fake foods, as I like to call them. Then, of course, you're going to start to make progress. And not only that, you're going to start to do it in a way that is enjoyable. You're going to start to do it in a way that you're learning lots of new exercise. You're learning new ways of training as well. And they are going to be ways that will challenge you, but you will also start to see some really great progress in training like that as well. So that's the kind of way I like to train personally myself. It's the way I kind of train with a lot of my clients as well. And personally, I love to see them doing things that they never thought was possible. Or I'd love to see them as well, like at the start when they're out of breath and they're maybe struggling a small bit, and with just a bit of encouragement and proper programming and training, that you see them really excel over the weeks moving forward. So that's kind of really it, looking at your food intake, making sure that you're eating the proper food, making sure that your calories aren't too low and not too high, but kind of in that right mark for helping you burn off body fat, and then of course adding in the right training. So guys, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out and shoot me a message or just comment under the video. Right, have a great day.